Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is James Elite Hunters back with another one. It's been about 2.5 months since my last video. I've been real busy, but I came back with a deep dive with my 2011 top set. I'm going to upgrade a few cards in this set, and I figured I'd share with you people that probably had no idea I'm working on this set, but I am going to tell you throughout the time that I go to upgrade cards on why I love this set so much. Here's a sneak peek with some cards that I'm upgrading: the Diamond Duos, the top 60 cards. I'm upgrading the inserts. I have a package from my boy Mitchell, White Sox fan card collector. I have all these cards, some of them that came in through ComC. I have 3 big cards that came in through eBay authentication. So this is going to be probably a little longer than usual video, but I hope you enjoy. And for those who are unaware with the top set, because they started collecting well after this set dropped, maybe you'll have fun learning a little bit about this set. So I'm going to start off with just little nuggets here and there, like the fact that why I love this set was I love the fact that there's a lot of short printed cards in here, and they're basically paired with the players from 2011, which resembled them somewhat, I guess, based through tops. Like in this case, Lou Gehrig resembled Joey Votto, I guess, for the average and good defense. And you see Mickey Mantle is here, card number 7. They didn't have the rights to Mickey Mantle for a while there, but now they're honoring him with his card slot at number 7 here with the cool card of him eluding a tag, it looks like, trying to take out a runner, second base, it looks like. Pretty cool card. Shout out to Dylan Double D Vintage, who's collecting almost every parallel of that Mickey Mantle card. So I'm going to show you what I love about this card, what I'm upgrading as I go on. But here I got my first upgrade here, which is Steven Strasburg. And as if you notice, I have all the base cards. The whole set is collected, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to collect them in a variation format, like I did here with this nice diamond card. So I am taking on a challenge of making this a variation set. And every card that has a variation, which is most of them, I'm going to try to collect every variation. And if you're wondering which type of variation, it doesn't matter. I didn't want to pigeonhole myself with a certain variation like Cognac or Diamond or Walmart or so on and so forth. I just wanted it to have a variation because this allows me to enjoy the set for all its different parallels and variations they came up with. One thing I like about this set is that they didn't overburden it like with ultra modern sets where they have like 50 different type of variations, which that one is a little bit hard to figure out which one speaks to you, which one appeals to you if you want to try to put a certain type of variation together. This one, I just like the shiny stuff. I'm not going to discriminate between Cognac or Diamond. I just wanted to have a variation. And here we have a beautiful Hope Diamond. Look at the glitter on that one. This one's numbered to 60. And here we have a Walmart Black. And this one's nice if you just like to see the player outlined with nothing but black around it. That's the Walmart Black version. And then over here, let me see, did I pass any? No, I don't think I passed any. But over here, you'll notice that there's a variation with this one. I put a dot so I don't miss them. And this variation here is a sparkle variation. And a lot of people are unaware that this variation exists. The people that collected this back in 2011, I'm pretty sure I'm not teaching them anything. But that variation here is in the belt where you see a little twinkle. And a lot of people miss it because it blends in with the uniform or the background or whatever, wherever they chose to put that sparkle. But that makes this a short printed or a super short printed, of which they made, I believe, 120 players have the sparkle in them from Series 1 to Series 2, not the update. So I'm going to try to put together as many as possible, which won't break the bank when it comes to like Hall of Famers like Mariano. He has a sparkle, but my God, those are going for like $200. And I am not going to spend $200 on every Hall of Famer. That is not happening. But if I come upon a variation like A-Rod has one and I'm able to find it for like $20 or $30, I'm going to pick it up. So here's another legend. His counterpart is Martin Prado, mainly because of second base and I guess the high average. Martin Prado always hit for average, and Rogers Hornsby obviously twice hitting over 400 hit for average. Next up, let's see what we got here. I have an upgrade here with Edgar Renteria, the Colombian star who helped with a lot of World Series wins for the Giants, the Cardinals, Marlins. Let me put him in his place here. And yeah, so here's a nice, one of the chases, a rookie card of Chris Sale, maybe a future Hall of Famer. Another Hope Diamond. Here's a gold one. So like with this one, I get to enjoy 3 variations here. And I think Vladdy has sparkle. So if I'm able to locate the sparkle at some point, it'll have the sparkle. And maybe this is a perfect one where I could try to put all the variations in one page, which will look cool. But yeah, little by little, I'm just upgrading whatever I can. At some point, it could be like a diamond that I already have in there, but that same player has a sparkle and I find the sparkle. Well, that's going to be like an upgrade for me. So I saw other people putting together Frankensets, and like Shane, he has a Frankenset. So it made me feel like I'm not alone with appreciating a Frankenset that just doesn't make sense to some people. But I just love the fact that you get to enjoy all the different variations, but it's not too crazy. Here's a short printed Jackie Robinson. And this one I'll try to upgrade, but since it's already a short printed, I really don't feel like I have the need to upgrade this card. But if I can, I will. I have this one in a diamond. So let's see. Is Yogi Berra with Yadier Molina as his counterpart. Pretty cool. It's Frank Thomas. This one's really appropriate. Both played for the White Sox. Paul Konerko, big basher for the time, took the baton from Frank Thomas, represented first base as big bashers, real good. Another Hope. CC with his counterpart here, Mathewson. Almost missed this one. Musial counterpart appropriately with Pujols, who both played first base for the Cardinals. That's a nice one. So here's the first one I'm going to be able to share with you, which illustrates a big pickup which needed authentication. And this was a big card. I didn't know if I'd ever find this, but this is a variation, which is why I didn't want to pigeonhole myself. And let me take this one out. I am upgrading this card with this card. And if you think this is like a base and what is he upgrading this one for, I'll show you in a second why this was a big score for me. So I don't know if this is going to fit in here. This will suck if I can't fit it in there. But as you could tell, with this card, looks almost the same, except for this one right here has a 1/1 diamond. Look at that. So this is my first 1-of-1 with this card, and the fact that it has the diamond, which is why they commemorated this card as the diamond set, people would put in the sweepstakes back in those days and have a chance to win one of these 1-of-1 diamond cards. And that is the coolest thing about this set that I think sets it apart from a lot of other card sets. But I don't think this is gonna fit. Is it gonna fit? Oh, I gotta squeeze it in. Yes, it fits, thank God. So now it's still in there. Beautiful. So that is a big upgrade. I wanted a diamond card, a 1-of-1 diamond, but I wanted it of someone that was at least good or relevant. And with this card, it had 3 big players of the time. Hamilton, who was like Mickey Mantle back in those days for like 3 years. Miguel Cabrera, who was just starting to get into his Triple Crown form, and Joe Mauer. So to have that commemorated with the 1-of-1 diamond makes that a really cool card. I'm really happy to have found that as an upgrade. This, thanks to Mitchell, I have a Matt Latos upgrade with a sparkle card. I'll give you a second to see if you could spot the sparkle. It's right there by the ball. That's the sparkle. So like I said, 120, I think it's what I researched. And little by little, I'm trying to add as many sparkles I could come upon that I could afford. Some of them I'm just not going to be able to touch, but I'll try my best to put as many together. It's another Hope Diamond. Here's a nice page in which I have 2 cards out of 60. Let me show you this one. Well, let me see. So both these cards are out of 60. One of them, of course, looks beautiful. This one looks like it has a black slate finish. And as you can tell on the back, they're both numbered to 60. Just 2 different variations. So I get to share out of 60 cards for both of these, which is pretty cool. And my dog is barking, so I think he wants to be let out. I'm gonna have to pause this for a second. All right, I'm back. Here's my next upgrade, Kevin Kuzmanov. So yeah, I just really like the fact that I get to appreciate a lot of these variations with this set as I put it together. I'm missing a card here. Which one is it? 136. It must be it must be someone to go with Mike Stanton. Here's an upgrade, which was an authentication. So let me get that one out the box and share with you another big one, which had to get authenticated for the price that I paid for it. And the reason why I'm upgrading this one was because I picked this up and then afterwards I realized there was a wrinkle on this card. I can't remember where it's at, but it's a card that I guess it just didn't suit. Oh, there it goes. It's like a bend. I don't know if you can see it right there. So with that bend, this is basically a 3 or 4. And I was like, man, I got to do Freddie Freeman a little justice, being that he's probably the second biggest name in this set. And I decided to pick him up eventually if I came upon a card that was nice and juicy. And then came this one. This one came up on eBay, and this one's numbered to 245 there, if you can see it. So this is a big juicy card. Let me get it out of this coffin it's in, basically. Free its soul, and put it in with its new family. This was a big one. When I saw it come up, I just said, man, given the stature of Freddie Freeman and what he's done so far in the game, if I could win this card, I'm going all in. And now he's a 2-time championship back-to-back years. So that is cool. And if you're wondering about the numbered variation, why it's numbered to 245, it's because this came out of the complete set box. And they gave you like this little pack with 5 cards, I believe it was. And someone pulled Freddie Freeman out of that pack and put it up for sale there. Here's another Sparkle card. I'll give you a chance to maybe guess along with this one. Where is the Sparkle? And if you guessed right, it was right there by the hat. This is probably my biggest card I have in the Sparkle. And then right next to him, you'll see his counterpart, Hank Greenberg, appropriately of the same Detroit Tigers, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I showed you 2 big cards, which I received from Authentication. It's from the first series. I just love this set, man, so much. I missed an upgrade, actually. I skipped over 138, which is this card here. And then I have another upgrade on this page I missed. So there's going to be a lot of cards I'm upgrading. I held off from shooting this video was because whenever I'd come upon a big card that I was close to winning, I held off from shooting the video, and then it got to the point where within a month, I kept winning some big cards, and I just kept backing up this video and backing it up. And here I am with 2 of those cards, which are so big, man. I feel so fortunate to have found those and be able to buy it. The 1-of-1. There's 3 1-of-1s, and I hope to win 2 other 1-of-1s. Well, there's a few more if you count the printing plates, but there's a platinum 1-of-1 and the canary yellow 1-of-1. So I'm hoping to win a juicy name within those 2 types to have the representation of the diamond, the platinum, the canary, and maybe I'll find one of the printing plates, which I like. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty tough. Let me fast forward to my next upgrade. So my next upgrade, I'm not gonna be able to put in. Maybe I will. So it's this Ichiro card. Here's another big one I found. I won this for a low price, man. I couldn't believe I won it. And it's the Sparkle variation. I'll give you a second to see if you spot the Sparkle. Sparkle is right by his wristband on the right arm, right there. So this, along with the Miggy Cabrera, is a big addition to my Sparkles. And actually, you know what? I'm going to free this one of its coffin. Give me a second. So I grabbed a pair of snips, and I'm going to get to work. Hopefully I don't ruin this card, but if I do, oh man, it's my own fault, I guess. Okay, let's see. Let me put a little more leverage on this. Mangini doesn't like when you pop these out because you don't deactivate the serial number, which messes with the pop count or whatever, but I don't get caught up with all that jazz. So you are free Ichiro, Hall of Fame extraordinaire. All I gotta do is cut this bad boy out now. Let me get a pair of scissors. Gotta be careful with this one, because if I mess this part up, oh my gosh, I basically created a trimmed card. Alrighty. You are joining your family there. Elite Hunters 2011 Topps set. There you go. And his counterpart is Ty Cobb, both known for their great hitting. Jimmy Rollins here with Ozzie Smith, great gloves. Then you got Buster Posey with Johnny Bench for heavy hitting catchers, which is pretty cool. 3 legends on the same page. So I definitely didn't want a gap there. Let me get rid of this mess here. All right, what's next? Here's another one with a counterpart, Roy Campanella and Carlos Santana. Oh, that's a big one. Here's 2 Walmart Blacks next to each other. Here's Joey Votto with a nice diamond variation. I love this Brian Wilson card. They depicted him with his celebration for closing out a game. Always love that. Here's another upgrade here. I got a Hope Diamond of Scott Hairston. As you can tell, there's another legendary player there. Thurman Munson, the great Yankee. Rest in peace. With Carlos Ruiz as his counterpart. Is another one, Jamie Moyer. And as you can tell, Miguel Montero has a black border variation. Is another sparkle. Let's test you, see if you can see the sparkle. If you guessed right, it's right there on the helmet. I really love these sparkle cards. They're so fun. Oh, and right next to it is another sparkle card I just noticed. Is Wandy Rodriguez. See if you spot that sparkle. It's right there by the belt. Gotta love these sparkles, man. So let's see. I got another upgrade coming up. Here's another one with 2 legends, Starlin Castro, Ernie Banks. Pretty cool with that one. Mel Ott, Carlos Gonzalez. At the time, Cargo, whoo, for the Rockies, was he one of my favorite players to watch. He could do everything. Unfortunately, health kept him from being bigger than what he was. Look at that sweet picture of Michael Saunders. I got another complete set variation of Travis Hafner. And this one is tough, man. I had a hard time with upgrading this one because in one respect, I already have this player in a variation out of 245. But then I was able to upgrade with a sparkle variation. If you notice there, he has a sparkle right by his neck. And I got so into the sparkles that I said, you know what? Let me see if I could get at least 100 of these going. Getting close to the complete set. And I mean, This one looks pretty cool because it matches the border here with the red, the plate, and then his uni. But I think I give a little more precedence to the sparkle. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you would have preferred to have kept the red border one. I don't think you go wrong with either one, but I'm choosing sparkle. And then over here I have another sparkle upgrade with Ubaldo Jimenez. And if you guessed right, it's right there by the glove. And as you could tell, there's a legend counterpart card right next to it. You got Big Adam Dunn. And he got matched up with Babe Ruth because two players with colossal clouts. And when I tell you Adam Dunn put it in places that were unimaginable, he hit one in Citi Field. He hit the bridge. And if anyone's ever been to Citi Field and has walked by that bridge, if you look at home plate from that bridge, you know that is super far. And for him to get it on the fly to the bridge, my Lord, that is some colossal power. Here's Michael Brantley. And below Brantley is probably my biggest out of 60 Hope Diamond of Trevor Hoffman, Hall of Famer. I don't know if I'll be able to find another one as big as this one, but we'll see. Never know. And let's see if there's anything of note there. Nope. Here's a few upgrades. Let me see. So I'm upgrading here a short printed card of Harmon Killebrew, which is already a short printed variation. And when you get one in a variation of a short print, I guess that makes it a super short print, if you want to consider it that. And I got to upgrade this one, which is from a base to a sparkle. Let's see if we could find where the sparkle is. This one's kind of obvious. It's right by the helmet. The contrast in color helps you find that sparkle rather easily. But as you can tell, coming upon Luke Scott is quite easy. Very affordable compared to some of the others. So I think that's all the upgrades I have in Series 1. Here you see Roy Halladay, his counterpart, Walter Johnson. That's how big they thought of Roy Halladay. It's pretty cool. So this is pretty much almost Series 1. Jimmy Fox, his counterpart, David Ortiz, as big thumpers and smashers. Is another red 245. This ends the first series. Derek Jeter, his counterpart, Phil Rizzuto, the Scooter. So here is another short printed one, which a lot of people don't know about, and it's pretty cool. And it's of Adrian Gonzalez. Now, what makes this a short print? No, there's not a sparkle, as you could tell on this. This one is, well, what happened was in 2010, in the winter, they added Carl Crawford and Adrian Gonzalez to the team. So rather than depict these two players with their Reds, with their Padres uniform in this case, they did an airbrush, which was a fun way where they wanted to, I guess, pay homage to all the airbrushing they did in the vintage card era. And all of this with Boston was airbrushed from, I guess, his Padres uniform with some dirt. The helmet was airbrushed. And as you can tell, this is not a Red Sox dugout, or, well, I guess they're supposed to be away, but I don't know what dugout that is. But this is a cool way they did with the short prints where they airbrush and had some fun with 2 Red Sox players. I don't have the Carl Crawford one. I hope to add that one at some point, but that's one that took me a while to add, Adrian Gonzalez. Here's Bob Fella, counterpart Verlander. And let's see, I'm going to try to speed through this real quick. Andre Dawson, Matt Kemp. That's a cool one there. Is a great stance of Ichiro with his classic pose there, tugging on the shoulder there. Love that card. Is Jim Palmer with Jake Arrieta. It's a cool counterpart, same team. And here's another one, which is a sparkle. Give you 3 seconds. This one's kind of obvious. Sparkle is right there on his chest. And let's see, I think I have an upgrade here. Yep. Here's an upgrade with Prince Fielder. And his counterpart for being a big brute of a masher is Reggie Jackson. That's an honorable one to be mentioned with as your counterpart. Missing a counterpart to Ian Kinsler. Can't remember who he got matched up with. There's a nice hope of Everett Cabrera. Nobody real special, but it's a Hope Diamond, which makes that card a little special. Is Sparkle. Let's see if you can see it from here. Sparkle's over by his glove right there. Is one with the counterpart, Elvis Andrus, Pee Wee Reese. And he has a sparkle. Didn't give you a chance to guess that one, but it's right there. And then I have an upgrade with Curtis Granderson. I have 2 upgrades in this page. So later on, I'm going to have to get some stickers and put stickers on the sparkles, because here you have an upgrade with this one. See if you can spot the sparkle. It's right by the ball. Here's another sparkle. Let me pull that one out. Give you a chance to guess along here. Rafael Furcal. Sparkle is right by his belt. Man, I really love these sparkles. It's so fun. I'm telling you, this set spoke to me in so many ways. This is just scratching the surface of what I enjoy about this set. Missing Mark Teixeira's counterpart there. And here I'm upgrading this Walmart Black with Hope Diamond. So that's a nice upgrade there. I will take that every day of the week. And above him, you'll see there's a sparkle here. I'll give you a chance to see if you can find the sparkle. It's right there by his glove. And then you got Robin Roberts with Cole Hamels. Pretty cool counterpart right there. And then I have another sparkle upgrade. Is Giovanni Gallardo. See if you can spot that sparkle. It's right by his neck and chest area. So I won 3 more sparkles and they're on their way. So I'll be upgrading a few more sparkles in the near future. Is Dustin Pedroia with a counterpart of Roberto Alomar. It's a big one to be, I guess, compared to K-Rod is probably the second biggest one in my out of 60. Hope Diamond. Here's an upgrade. Have another Hope Diamond I won. So I got 2 nice Hope Diamonds on this page. And then you have Matt Holliday with his counterpart, Duke Snider. It's a big one to be compared to. Here's a big one. This is probably too big. Jason Hayward compared to Hank Aaron because they both played on the Braves, but I guess they had high hopes for Hayward in the future. He was nowhere near Hank Aaron. And Tommy Hansen's another one with Greg Maddux. But Tommy Hansen here is Sparkle, so let's give you a second to guess this one. This one's relatively easy. It's the glove right there. Tom Seaver with Mike Leake. Man, these are some lopsided comparisons here. Let's see, any other? I miss Jorge Posada was compared to Corey Hart. Or was Posada still playing? He was probably still playing because he doesn't look like Corey Hart for nothing. Let's see. Here's an upgrade. Jake Peavy. And Jose Tabata. Got him with a sparkle here. See if you could guess real quick the sparkle. Right there by the chest. Texas Rangers celebrating there. We're getting close to closing out the first and second series. Nice celebration with the Giants. Nice image of Pujols. I almost had a chance to win a 1/1 Pat Burrell, but I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger because I prefer the one I have over this one. Here's another sparkle, Gordon Beckham. See if you can spot the sparkle. It's right there by his wristband. Oh, almost missed Madison Bumgarner. Let's see if you can spot Bumgarner's sparkle. Wow, I almost missed it myself. It's right there by the belt. That's a nice picture of Nyjer Morgan, full extension, maximum effort. Over here I have an upgrade with JP Arancibia. And I don't have the card yet, but I won it. And I have a sparkle card, which I'll be upgrading, I guess, off camera. Carlos Lee, El Caballo. That one's going to get a sparkle card upgrade, which I'm happy I won. Look at Juan Marichal compared to Tim Lincecum. That's a nice one. I like that comparison. John Smoltz, Neftali Felice. I guess because he was closing at that time. Here's an upgrade. Share this one with you real quick. Dan Herron's getting upgraded with a sparkle card. See if he could guess the sparkle real quick. It's his glove right there. And then you have a legendary counterpart, Brandon Phillips and Joe Morgan. That's a good one. Both were pretty cool. Similar. Then I have another upgrade with the sparkle. Kyle Blanks. See if you spot the sparkle. It's right by the tip of the bat. Kyle Blanks is another one where I saw 1 of 1 pop up of him. I think it went for like $80, and I just said, who's Kyle Blanks? I'm not going to spend money on a 1 of 1 of Kyle Blanks. It's Eddie Matthews counterpart, Dan Uggla. This one's cool. Bob Gibson compared to Adam Wainwright. This one has Josh Hamilton and Frank Robinson. Woo! And then Eddie Murray and Kendrys Morales. Oh, and this one has a sparkle. Kind of gave it away by pointing, but it's right there by the elbow of Josh Hamilton. And the last upgrade I have is I found the legend of Brooks Robinson, which is the last short printed card of set series 2, and he's being compared to Ryan Zimmerman there. So on to my update set. Try to work on this really quick. Like I said, this is going to be a deep dive and a long video. Let's get on to part 2. So let's see. I'm trying to make this quick. I hope you're not bored. Maybe you could pause it in between, I guess, lunch sessions and enjoy this. Is Brian McCann and Carlton Fisk. So in the update series, there wasn't any sparkle cards, so I won't be stopping to show you the sparkle cards, but there were still some legendary counterparts like Hank Aaron being compared to Jose Bautista. That one's a little more appropriate over Gordon, Hayward. Can't even remember who it was real quick. That's how outlandish that comparison was. Joe DiMaggio and Robinson Cano, I guess because they were Yankees. And at the time, Cano was really good. Willie McCovey and Prince Fielder. I could see these two with how good Prince Fielder was for a while. Paul O'Neill, Curtis Granderson. Nice out of 60 here with the Hope Diamond there. And I have another Hope Diamond back to back, which is pretty cool. Sometimes I just buy them to upgrade, and next thing you know, I see how the page comes together. Oh, and then in this one, I have 3 Hope Diamonds in this one. Wow. 4 out of 60. 3 Hope Diamonds and a black border beauty. My dog is acting like a cat right now. I guess he thinks I'm talking to him. Roger Maris compared to Josh Hamilton. Give me 1 second. Let me give my dog some love. All right, so let's get on with this. Here's a nice one, Paul Goldschmidt. This is one of the key rookies of this set. Anthony Rizzo was for a minute no longer in the league. Here's a counterpart with Nolan Ryan, Jared Weaver. Missing, I wonder who his counterpart is. I can't forget, but Bert Blyleven, Tim Lincecum being compared a little bit. Here's Tom Seaver, Roy Halladay. Woo. Two big ones to be compared. That one is pretty close. Both are very, very similar. Is a page with a Walmart blue, which I don't have too many of those. So over here I have again 2 out of 60. Now this one I feel a little bit weird about because I upgraded Jose Altuve with a diamond variation and I do not have the heart to crack this one out. I think I'm gonna just leave this. Maybe I'll put it in the back with some slabs. I don't know. I don't have to crack the heart to crack that one out. But there's Jose Altuve with an upgrade. Paul Molitor compared to Michael Young. That's a good comparison. I like that one. And I forgot one. Here is we have, I think I gotta swap this around when I get a chance. Gotta fix this up when I go to add the dots to it. But I have an upgrade with Clayton Kershaw with a 2011 gold. But then I have US 140, which I would have had a slot here for this one. And that's his counterpart. But I'll have to fix that off camera because they're both 140. So as I put this binder together, I must have forgot to skip that slot. Oh, I guess it goes here like this. Let me see. Yeah, 142. So what happened was I put Mike Cameron in the wrong slot, which helps a lot. Now I get to put Sandy with Clayton, and that's actually a pretty cool comparison because at the time Clayton was the best pitcher in the league. So was Sandy, and both played for the Dodgers. Let's see. He had Babe Ruth and Cliff Lee when Babe Ruth was pitching. That's a cool comparison. Here's a cool one. I found this Target red of David Ortiz, and it matches the nameplate there, the gloves. I really like this one. And to be quite honest, the Target reds are really hard to come by. Those are probably the lowest graded cards out of all the PSA parallels. The Target reds are the fewest you'll find graded. But I'm happy I found a color match there. And here's another upgrade. So I'm going to leave Mike Trout here, but I did upgrade it, and this is going to be another one. I don't have the heart to snap out of there to include it, but I'm going to have 2 PSA 9s here. And yeah, I bought this one raw, but I sent it off to get graded, mainly to have it preserved. And I just didn't have the heart, given the value of that card. I wanted to keep it nicely sealed in there. But yeah, this one has a lot of variation. Look, 2 Walmarts, 3 Walmarts, 2 out of 60, pretty nice. JD Martinez, another big chase one. Got an upgrade one coming up. Larry Walker getting compared to Joey Votto. That's a legend there. So this one I have to upgrade. And you'll see Frank Robinson being compared to Jay Bruce, or the other way around, I should say. And you'll see below Derek Lee, you'll see DJ LeMahieu with a Topps Gold, another Brian Wilson Topps Gold. And let's see, getting close to finishing this here. Trying to not miss any legends to see the comparisons. I enjoy seeing who back in 2011 the players were being compared to. Here's one, Al Kaline and Miguel Cabrera. That's a good one. Charlie Blackmon, a nice variation there of Charlie Blackmon. Here's a spot I'm missing. Let me see, what number is that? 238. I wonder what 238 is, but I don't have 238. And here's another one I have to upgrade. Let's see, it's 249. So I found the upgrade, well, not the upgrade, but the empty slot for Starlin Castro's legendary counterpart, Ozzie Smith. Pretty cool. Then I have one last card to put in here. It's Monty Irvin with Andre Ethier. Ty Cobb, Matt Holliday. Tris Speaker, Jacoby Ellsbury. The way we know him now. If in 2011, if they only knew. Is Andre Dawson. Actually, gotta go back. I skipped this Kyle Farnsworth, which I have the upgrade to. The last upgrade of this Series 2. So yeah, Andrew McCutchen, Andre Dawson. Is Jimmy Fox. Who did they compare him to? Paul Konerko. I like the Frank Thomas comparison a little bit better. And I think that's it for now. And then we got the insert set, which is the last part of this video. And this one, I don't know if I'm gonna have to do 2 parts to this, but this insert set is pretty big. So if you're wondering what is there to upgrade with this, for all of these cards, which they did to celebrate and honor the past, they made a short printed variation with the actual backs. So they all look like this, which gives a description, and then there are the backs, which they upgraded. So I'm going to try to upgrade all of the short printed backs. And I have a lot of these. Well, not a lot, but I have a stack. Where did I put it? Okay, so I have these stacks of some of my inserts to upgrade. And what I'll do is I'll just match these up and put them in at my own time. I'm not going to bore you with upgrading these. I want to get onto some juicier aspects of this insert set and what I have fun putting together. So here we have some cards that should have been made if not for the rights of Bowman owning these players in these years, but they depicted them in a way on how they figured the card would look like for these players. And these also have the short printed backs here. And then I have some of these here. These are honoring some of the cards from that weren't by Topps, but that made collecting cards very popular. And I have two cards here which I get to pop in. Let's see if I could pop them in real quick. So I have Cy Young with his T205. Pop them in. There's no upgrades to these, but I just wanted to put these in because I thought seeing these cards being honored is so cool. Is a U.S. Caramel of Lou Gehrig. This is card number 20. Don't want to put them in the wrong slot. So here they have Lou Gehrig back to back. And then they did the Kimball Champions. I have almost all of these collected already, but I'm missing, I believe, two. And I get to put one in right now, and then I'll be down to, I believe, only one. I really like the Kimball Champions set where they have an action shot on the bottom and a nice portrait on the top. Kind of reminds you of a 1956 set or 55 set. But I believe these are some of the most beautiful looking cards. I think I skipped Mike Schmidt's spot right here. So this is nice to see together. Missing that one. Oh, I'm missing two, I believe. Yeah, two more I need to find. This is a cool set where they honored today's greats and some legends. Very beautiful. And then I have the top 60 set, insert set, which I'm replacing all of these if they made a variation. And some of which they made were either autographed or they made a relic variation or both. So I'll go into detail a little bit of these. This will be fun for me because I I have a lot here, and I'm not organized right now. Let me see if I take a second to put these in order. So I tried my best, but this is gonna be a tall task for me to try to put in order. So I'm just going to see if I find these real quick prior to the passing the page, and hopefully I don't miss one here and there. But like here, you can see the base card and then the autograph version, which I'll replace here real quick. A-Rod has an autograph version, but I just don't feel enthused to chase his autograph and pay what it's worth. Prince Fielder, Jason Hayward. I have Troy Tulowitzki here somewhere, and Barry Larkin, which is right there. And where's Tulo? There goes Tulo, and I have also Keith Hernandez. So let's get these out and replace. So I really love collecting these. These are a little bit challenging sometimes because some of them they only made maybe a card that's out of 20, or some players like Babe Ruth actually has a relic, and that one goes for a lot of money, which I do not feel like paying for it. And Lou Gehrig was one that he had one with Cal Ripken, a dual relic. And I did not want to pay $400 for that 2 pieces of uniform cloth, which, you know, I'm not belittling it. It's just that I have to pick and choose my battles with how much I want to throw at this set. And it's fun for me, but at the same time, it's still a hobby. And I have to be fiscally responsible with throwing money at this set. This is something that I love about this set, is that it's a little bit of a challenge. And in some cases, there are some really juicy cards. Look, this whole page is almost complete. I need a Dale Murphy. I think it's a relic of his or uniform. Here's one. I think I have a David Wright. Let me see. Where's that card? Yep. So this is a bat relic of David Wright. So here you see Derek Jeter, Orlando Cepeda, Josh Johnson, Clay Buchholz, which you saw me slide in there, Tommy Hanson, Andre Ethier, Manny Ramirez with a bat relic. Sometimes they'll have both a bat relic or a uniform, and I'll choose which one I like most. I don't remember who's in here. I might have them already, but let's see. I have Zimmerman, but he's in 2 places. I think this counts for the other place because I try to match up the pictures. So I'll hold off on replacing that one. Here's Duke Snider. Shin-Soo Choo, I upgraded from a patch to an autograph. Autographs fetch a little bit more. Who doesn't like a autograph over a napkin, I guess? Here's 2 that do not fit. So Henley Ramirez goes in this empty spot. This is a dual auto relic. This is numbered to 50. And I wanted it here. It doesn't fit. So I actually put tape to hold it. But then eventually it was just like flapping around. And I just decided to put it into this 4 slot binder page. Then Ike Davis, this is a cool one out of 20. And it's a uniform relic of his number. So there's some that are like this of other players. So this is Ike Davis out of 20. And it's so hard to find these. When they pop up, you just got to pounce on it. Here's the Ryan Zimmerman. You see how the picture matches? That's how I knew it didn't belong in the other slot. I have Buster Posey, and I believe I got Felix Hernandez. There goes Buster Posey. So, I don't know. Sometimes they don't match the picture. I don't know why they did that, but sometimes they do. If they made a Walter Johnson relic, ooh, I could only imagine what that goes for. So Felix either goes in this slot, or I thought there was another one which I missed here. This one. So I guess I don't know. I guess I'll put it on this slot here because he has the away uni. And I think there's another one, which is like a relic or something. I'll have to pick that one up for this one. Yeah. For this one. And I might be missing like one of the empty slots because I don't see the card that fills that void. Here's Hank Aaron. This one's cool because this one is a short, like a really short printed one out of 99 bat relic with all this glitter. They made a few variations, like a base, I guess, unnumbered, and then they did the one with the diamond glitter. And I have Roy Campanella and Hank Aaron both out of 99 next to each other. That's pretty cool. And do I have another one? Let's see. I don't think so. Let's see. Let's move on. I have this Chase Utley. I gotta upgrade with the bat relic. This one I find strange because it's CC with a red. Yankees uniform doesn't have anything in red. So I think they chopped up one of his Indians garb, or I don't know what they chopped up there. It is what it is. Is Clayton Kershaw, which this one has him with John Lester, and this one's numbered to 50. You can see it's the same image. So this is like that dual one that I was talking about with Lou Gehrig, where he's with Cal Ripken. They're celebrating them as Iron Man. But yeah, I'll get to put this one here. There's the only variation they have of the Kershaw is this one out of 50. I feel like I missed some. I'll have to go back. Yeah, because this is, I missed a few. So the ones I missed were for sure Donnie Baseball with the pinstripe, Jose Bautista, and Ian Kinsler with this really cool one out of 50. But look at that patch. The red, white, and blue. That is so cool. So I'll have to look for these when I get a chance and put them in their slot. You don't get to see me put all of them in their place, but at least I showed you what is entailed with these. Now, here's another one that I have to decide whether I'm going to crack out or not. Albert Pujols. That goes here. Or maybe I'll keep it together. Let me see. I have some cards which I bought. I have this one, 107. Let's see, that goes here next to Jimmy Fox, Johnny Mize. These are really tough to find because not everyone has a relic or an auto, but some do, like Nolan Ryan. So they put several versions of Nolan Ryan. So they got him with the Mets, Angels, Astros. Here's one of Carlton Fisk. I do have that one. It's a relic auto variation. So, and what's funny is they have him here with the White Sox, but then they made him here with the Red Sox. So I thought that was funny. But it's the only slot for Carlton Fisk upgrade, so this is where he belongs. And then I have Tom Seaver here. I have an upgrade for Andre Dawson. It's Andre Dawson autograph. See Ozzie Smith, Joe Morgan, Pee Wee Reese, Ricky Henderson. This is a sweet page. And Andre Dawson. Let's see, did I forget anyone else? Forgot Frank Robinson here. And then I have two last ones, three to put in. So I have 135, which is Cy Young. And I have Gary Carter. Gary Carter, I forgot where he goes. He probably goes in one of these empty slots. Did I miss him? This is another one I'll probably have to research which number he falls into. I'll put him on the side. But this is the Gary Carter. It's a dual relic auto, number /50 in his Mets uni. Pretty cool. And the last one out of these here, the top 60. This page, look, Freddie Freeman, rookie auto. A lot of people don't know he had a rookie auto in this set. But that's a rookie auto of Freddie Freeman. And this one wasn't cheap because, as you know, Sandy Koufax, his autograph is quite pricey. And he doesn't sign anymore due to his age. Putting that in its place is pretty cool. Then you have these diamond stars, nice and glittery. And then the last part, which I am working on, is these diamond duos. These diamond duos are pretty challenging. They're numbered /50. And they have a relic of both players that are on this. So, as you could tell, here's an example of the diamond duos. And let's see if I don't skip any of these. These are very cool. So here's one I have. Vladimir Guerrero and Josh Hamilton, diamond duos. So these are challenging on their own. I can't find a lot of these to pop up. Here's the Matt Latos Kershaw. But it's fun when you find one pop up for a reasonable price because you know there's only 50 of them. So this one in particular gave me a lot of chills. This is an upgrade to the Orioles diamond duos. And this is Reggie Jackson, Adam Jones. A lot of people don't know that he played on the Orioles because he doesn't have a card depicting him with the Orioles. But to find him with the relic of the Orioles, I was so all over this one. Man, was I all over this one. Let's see. I hope I didn't skip one, but there's a chance I did. Okay, so here's one. Roy Oswalt. Oh, no. This is Roy Halladay. I thought it was that one because that was the same image, but it's Felix Hernandez, and that's Roy Oswalt. I think I missed one. Let's see. Oh no, here goes Felix Hernandez, Roy Halladay. And let's see, is Verlander. And Josh Johnson. So I have 2 more left. So I definitely skipped one. Here's Evan Longoria, A-Rod. I have to put it in here. I'm going to pop that off screen in my own time. But I have the last one, which is Tigers greats Ty Cobb and Miguel Cabrera. This is probably the priciest one I own because of Ty Cobb's relic. I skipped that one. Let me look for Ty Cobb. It's probably the first page and I glossed over it. It is the first page, go figure. It's right there and I missed it. So yeah, this basically rounds out the challenging fun I have with this parallel variation set of 2011 Topps. Putting a lot of these together is pretty hard, but I love the challenge. It's the hunt why I like this, and when you find it, makes you want to do cartwheels. And like I said, I'm gonna pop this one off screen. But yeah, to round it out, the rest of the set has Topps Town. I need a few of these, but for right now, I am not chasing these because I have bigger fish to fry. See all these empty slots, mainly in the update version. And then I have all of the diamond giveaway cards, which have different depictions of players. And this is how you're able to get the diamond card or the diamond ring, or you could pick up one of these die cuts of the diamonds, which is pretty cool. And I have all the different, some people try to gouge you on certain players. Like if it's a famous player, Mickey Mantle, they try to charge up for it. I don't get that at all when they made so many of these. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed this. This is something that I love, a little project. I know this video was a little long, but as you could tell, there's so much meat and potatoes to this set. And this is why I love it so much, so much. And why I'm having so much fun trying to work on this little by little. Every week or every 2 weeks, I'll try to check off a few of these, especially with these short printed backs. Man, these are so tough. But anyway, until the next one, I am going to wish everyone happy hunting when it comes to cards. I want everyone to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.